श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So next dharana, sarvam deham cinmayam hi jagadvā paribhāvayet yugapannirvikalpena manasā paramodayaḥ. Sarvam dehaṃ cinmayaṃ hi jagadvā paribhāvayet yugapannirvikalpena manasā paramodayaḥ. So earlier we saw two different kinds of meditations. One, the meditation with respect to the body. The other, the meditation with respect to the world, the whole creation. In the fire meditation, I meditated that the body is consumed by fire slowly. Okay. And then I said the whole world is consumed by fire, including the body there. Okay. So slowly it spreads. The fire spreads to the whole world or the whole body. That was the meditation. Two different meditations, two different dharanas. Now here he is bringing it in the same dharana. You can meditate this or that. In fact, in this way, if you see, instead of 112, it may be 120, 140. Because of two dharanas in one dharana. Sarvam dehaṃ cinmayaṃ hi. Sarvam dehaṃ jagadvā cinmayaṃ hi paribhāvayet. Meditate that the body or the whole creation as consciousness. Yugapat, instantly. Nirvikalpena manasā, then with the mind which is attributeless, which is transformationless, paramodayaḥ, the absolute state is gained. Paramagati, there is another reading of paramagati, that is also not wrong. Paramodayaḥ or paramagati, manifestation of the supreme or the attainment of the supreme, both are same. Okay, so here sarvam dehaṃ cinmayaṃ hi, sarvam dehaṃ jagadvā, the whole body or the whole creation, you have to meditate. Cinmayaṃ hi paribhāvayet, you have to meditate that it is consciousness. Cinmayaṃ hi. Earlier, with the meditation of fire and the meditation of the absence, is void, not absence, void. Void, absence means the absence of the creation. We made you to meditate on the sat aspect. That is sat aspect. Nothing exists except the self. Okay, so sat aspect. Now here the chit aspect. Sat chit anandam brahma. Satchidanandam brahma. Brahman is Shiva. So Satchidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. Shiva who is Chidananda rupa. Satchidananda swarupa. So here aham is satta, existence. So that is also taken care of. Now here the consciousness aspect is taken. Okay, knowledge aspect or consciousness aspect is taken for meditation. Yugapat, the difference between the fire meditation and this meditation is in the fire meditation, you meditated that this fire slowly spreads to the body, spreads through the body. Right? Now here we are not doing that. Yugapat, without any order, without any sequence, instantly the whole body becomes consciousness. The whole creation becomes consciousness. When you meditate on that, like that, what happens? The body is now consciousness. The mind, where does it exist? It exists in the body. Therefore, nirvikalpena manasā, the mind also becomes transformationless. Because mind is consciousness now. Mind, there is no independent mind other than the consciousness. Therefore, mind also has become conscious. And consciousness is a nishkriya, transformationless, attributeless, characterless. Similarly, the mind also becomes a attributeless, characterless. Therefore, paramodayaḥ, the supreme state, which is the state of the existence, the consciousness, that manifests. The supreme consciousness manifests. The Bhairava state manifests. Okay, this is a Shakta Upaya. This is a Shaktopaya. What is this? You said we have done 112 meditation. Every other meditation is Shaktopaya. Then what is that we need to meditate upon? We are given only 2-3 meditations for meditating. And there are also one fire meditation, you said don't do it. Now, the idea is every meditation can be done by everyone. Shambha Upaya is very difficult, so I'm not even going to. Any Shakta Upaya can be meditated upon by anyone. You can meditate also. But the problem is, let us meditate. The body has completely transformed into consciousness. The whole creation has transformed into consciousness. What will you meditate now? I can do all those stupid dramas, but the point is, the problem is, what is consciousness? Consciousness is not an object which we can imagine. Consciousness is not an object to be imagined upon. So, if you don't understand what consciousness is, how can you meditate that the whole body has transformed into consciousness, the whole creation has transformed into consciousness? It is impossible for meditating. That is why it is Shakta Upasana, don't disturb. You understand? Consciousness, if it's something which we understand, then we can meditate upon. We don't have any understanding of consciousness, and that too, supreme consciousness. What will you understand? The simple consciousness itself is not an object of a grasp. Now, how can you understand the supreme consciousness, the Shiva, Chidananda Rupa? So, this is just for understanding that the meditation is for a higher level of that is why from Anavapaya you go to Shaktopaya, Shambhovapaya, and then the great state. You don't directly become the Shiva by Anavapaya practice itself. That we have to remember. Though it is said like that, it makes you eligible for that next stage. That is what is the idea here. Okay. Now, next sloka, the order we have to change. The order in the description which we have, or the book which we typed, we have followed the Bhattananda school, the Shivopadhyaya school actually. But Bhattananda school is better because we meditate upon Sat, we meditate upon the Chit. Ananda we have not meditated upon. So next shloka, which is a sarvam, not the vayu, which starts with vayu, not that. Go to the next one. Sarvam jagatsvadehaṃ va svānandabharitaṃ smaret yugapansvāmṛtenaiva paramanandamayo bhavet. This is a ad verbatim shloka of the previous shloka. The difference is the words are put here and there, that's all. Otherwise, the idea is same. Instead of Chaitanya there, here you are going to bring in Ananda. That is the only difference. Take the previous shloka and this shloka, I will explain to you. See, sarvam jagatsvadehaṃ va. There he says, sarvam dehaṃ jagadvā. Same words. Sarvam dehaṃ jagadvā. There, sarvam svadehaṃ jagadvā. Here, okay. Now, svānandabharitaṃ smaret. There, cinmayaṃ paribhāvayet. Difference. That is cinmaya. This is svananda. Svananda, one's inherent bliss. Okay. Now, yugapannirvikalpena manasā. Yugapat, same word. Nirvikalpena manasā. Instead of that, smaret paramagatihi paramanandamayo bhavet. Same. Okay. Let us see. Sarvam jagatsvadehaṃ va. The whole body or the whole creation, svānandabharitaṃ bhavet. Meditate that it has become filled with the bliss, the inherent bliss. Yugapat, instantly. Svaṃṛtenaiva, with this blissful state, in this blissful state, paramanandamayo bhavet, you gain that supreme bliss. Okay. That is the idea. Now, sarvaṃ jagatsvadehaṃ va. Same. The whole body or the whole creation. Svānandabharitaṃ bhavet. Meditate that it has become filled with bliss. This is the problem. This is also a Shakta Upaya. What is that? I don't know what consciousness is accepted. I cannot understand consciousness accepted. Bliss I can understand. Yes. What is bliss? The one which is experienced through the object is bliss. Okay. That is what we have understood until now. Okay. You had a good coffee. Simple things bring us big joy, right? So you had a good coffee, you enjoyed the good coffee, you experienced happiness. Simple. Now just close your eyes and think about that happiness. Are you able to think about that happiness? The happiness which you experienced while you had a coffee. No. We are not able to solidify, understand it as an object. The bliss as an object. So this is also not a practicable dharana. Okay? yugapansvāmṛtenaiva. When it is filled with, instantly when it is filled with that bliss, then because of one's inherent nature of bliss, paramanandamayo bhavet, one becomes the supreme blissful state. One becomes the supreme bliss. The thing is, I have experienced bliss through the objects. This is not the bliss which I am talking about, which is experienced through the objects. This is a bliss which is a non-object bliss. Even there, with the bliss of object, the idea of bliss is very impermanent. Let me explain. There is a story of Tenali Rama, juggler in character. He's a very intelligent person. So when the king Krishna Devaraya asks him, Tenali Rama, tell us, what is the happiest? What gives happiness? So Tenali Rama says, using the washroom. Going for toilet, using the washroom. King becomes very angry. What? You did. Eating, enjoying good foods. Here. That is what is happiness. Oh, I'm sorry, King. It's okay. Let us think about this later. Let's go for a walk. So, after a day or two, this Tenali Rama takes King for a walk. And he goes inside the room. Once the king also follows him along with him, he runs back, closes the door, leaves the king alone in the room, and tells the king, what is this? What is this? King asked, what is this drama? Tenali Rama says, King, don't worry. Whatever you say as happiness, bliss, is in the room. Enjoy the happiness. Forget about it. We'll take care of it a day or two. Okay? So, he let the king to experience the happiness. King turned around and saw every kind of food, goodies. They are all filled in the room. So, king said, okay, let me also take a break. Okay? So, he enjoys good food. Good food. Every kind of variety is there. How much can you eat? There's a limit for eating, right? Pressure builds up. The king wants to use the washroom. He knocks at the door. Tenali Rama is waiting there, sitting there in the chair. He says, King, do you want some extra refill of pasta or pista or something, this, that, dosa? He says, Tenali Rama, please open the door. No, I'll send you more food. You enjoy. Your bliss is that, right? Tenali Rama, please. No. You enjoy, Swami. Just enjoy. So then King begs, Tenayama, please open the door. Otherwise, the respect people have regarding me, it will be lost. Please don't put me in this situation. Open the door. So after he opens the door, the king rushes to the washroom. After he comes out, he says, what a bliss. Now the happiness which he thought is in the food is now shifted to the happiness in the releasing the food, excreting the food. The idea of happiness changes. So that idea of happiness which changes is not really happiness. So how can you meditate upon some impermanent happiness which you experience? That is why this is not an object of meditation also. You understand? Otherwise, the same idea. Meditate either on consciousness or either on or on the happiness, the bliss. That's all. Okay? Now, and here the Shruti statement, which is Anandam khalvimani Ananda khalvimani bhutani jayante Anandadeva khalvimani bhutani jayante Anandena jatani jivanti Anandam prayanti visamvishanti. That statement is brought in by Bhattananda. Anandat eva khalvimani bhutani. Khalu imani bhutani. All these came into existence on the bliss. All these are sustained by bliss, and all these merge into that bliss. Anandam is bliss. Anandam is Brahman. Bliss is Brahman. That is what the statement says. He brings that here, okay, to support this meditation. Now, the next is this is Āṇavapāya. Okay, we can practice. Vāyudvayasya saṃghaṭṭādantarvā bahirantataḥ yogī samatvavijñānasamudgamanabhājanam. Vāyudvayasya saṃghaṭṭādantarvā bahirantataḥ yogī samatvavijñānasamudgamanabhājanam. Vāyudvayasya, the two kinds of vayu, the prana and apana. Okay. Saṃghaṭṭāt means by stopping it, by meditating that it is a saṃghaṭṭāt means unifying, by seeing that it is there are no two kinds of vayus, prana and apana. Merge it into one. Make it as though it doesn't exist. We are not talking about kumbhaka or anything. You are just meditating that they don't exist. Okay, the duality of prana and apana don't exist. Where antarva bahir, whether it is inside or outside, does not really matter. Yogi, when you practice that yogi, the practitioner who becomes the yogi later, practitioner also is yogi, and the one who has practice established is also yogi, right? So yogi, because of this knowledge of equanimity, samudgamanabhājanam, he becomes eligible for entering that equanimity, state of equanimity. Now, vāyudvayasya saṃghaṭṭāt. What kind of meditation are we talking about here? The vāyudvaya, the two kinds of vayu, which we already know as prana and apana, they are unified. Now, earlier we said, where do you see this unification? Antarva bahirva. In the inner dvadashanta or the outer dvadashanta. The inner dvadashanta, the heart, the outer dvadashanta in front of you or the above, somewhere, anywhere. Does not really matter. Now, when you meditate it on inside or outside, that the duality of prana and apana does not exist. It ceases to exist. Meaning, earlier we were meditating upon the inner dvadashanta, the heart, from where the prana rises, goes outside to the outer dvadashanta, hits and returns back, comes to the heart, hits and returns back, goes outside. This is one meditation we saw. The other meditation we saw is it starts, goes outside, you stop for a second or two, then meditate on that gap, then take it inside, stop for a second or two, meditate, and then release, So this is another type of meditation dharana we saw. Now here we are neither concentrating on the going out and coming in or the stopping, the kumbhaka. We are neither doing that. Okay, neither this nor that. We are going to only focus on one point, either internal or external. Your heart, some people meditate it as a heart, or some people as throat, or some people as the brow, in between the brow eyebrows. Okay, whichever place, it doesn't really matter. A place for meditation, that is the only thing. So in that place you meditate. It is as though not absent, as though non-existent. The duality of prana and apana is as though non-existent, meaning you are going to fix a point, a dark point, a black point kind of, okay, where the prana and apana goes and comes. It doesn't really matter. You are just going to be focused on that dark spot. When you do that, yogi, samatvavijñānasamudgamanabhājanam, meaning the identity of prana and apana is lost. The duality of prana and apana is lost. Then, because of that, bhajanam means eligible. He becomes eligible for that equanimity. He doesn't become that equanimity. He becomes eligible for the equanimity. That is why we said from anopaya to shakta to shambhava. Right? So, we can practice this. How? Close your eyes. Slowly inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Fix your mind in the inside dvadashanta or outside dvadashanta. There is a dark spot. You are just focused on that dark spot. You don't follow the vayu, the prana and apana. Just focus on the dark spot. Om. So, this is a meditation which we can do. Okay? Fix your mind in one spot. Just focus on that spot. That's the idea. Okay? We'll see. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.